say the apocalypse were to happen tomorrow, it's fall, and say winter's fast approaching, how are you going to collect your firewood if you don't have any gasoline? Or on another note, if you're like me and you like to have a backup, which I actually don't own a chainsaw, I collect all my firewood this way. If you're looking for a way to be as green as possible in collecting your firewood and be the most environmentally responsible, the greenest way and most foolproof way to cut your own firewood is simply with a crosscut saw. Now, this tree had fallen over in Hurricane Sandy, so it's been down for a couple years, but it actually is still alive, and it's very easy to cut through right now. Once the wood starts getting drier and hard, it's definitely harder to cut through. But anyway, so screw the chainsaw, because that's not an option in an apocalypse or in a survival situation normally. And the foolproof tool to get you through any kind of emergency situation is a crosscut saw. Now, I've done a series of videos, if you go back through my previous videos, on how to restore this and how to properly sharpen it and the tools you're going to need and so on and so forth. And in addition, I also did a quick little video showing you how I made my homemade handles, and there's just a leaf on the bottom there. So you don't have to buy your own handles, you can actually just make your own. So let's continue on. So again, the situation is it's the apocalypse and I need to collect some firewood. So I got this log that I'm going to cut up. Let's cut through this. Now, if this thing's pretty sharp, as it should be, you should cut through this relatively easily, and you're also going to get a good workout. A little difficult to start if you're just one person. You ready to catch the saw when it's about to fall? You don't want to damage those sharp teeth. And that's that. So now we have our chunk of firewood. Next thing we're going to need to do is split it. Well, I know what you're going to say next. Well, we have no gas, so what am I going to do? Because I can't run my gas-powered or even my electric firewood splitter or hydraulic splitter. Well, you have a couple options. You have those hydraulic ground splitters. But again, the way that I chop all my firewood is with a maul, or just a basic splitting axe. Well, let's take this over to the stump and let's see if we can split this up. Alright, so whenever you're splitting wood, it's important that you inspect your axe. You want to make sure that the axe head is on the handle properly. You can hit it down and just make sure there's no movement. Mine's pretty secure. And yeah, so just a quick safety tip when you're splitting your wood. If you're right-handed, you want to have your left hand leading forward. Also, I have a wide stance, that way in case for whatever reason, if my axe were to slip or glance off the top, when it comes down, there'd be less chance of it hitting either one of my shins. There are protective shin guards out there. They are a good idea. I've never worn them. But if I did have the chance to purchase them, I think I would. Maybe I will in the future. But axes are very dangerous, so you do need to be careful. And the way to split wood, if you've never done it before, it's pretty simple. The way I like to start with I'm right-handed, so I'm going to start with my left hand on top. And I'm going to keep it up towards the head as I'm bringing the axe handle up. Then as I come down, I'm going to slide that hand down towards my right hand. And what that's going to do, that's going to help propel the axe head down and faster. Let's give this a try. Just like that. Let's get this going again.